what are you guys critiquing in each other? What are you guys looking at? How are you talking about that after the incident?
Depends on how we did. We ran a pretty nonsense fire where we got a bad spot, and so we left all the rigs in place and worked to get the truck where we wanted it. So, we'll take those opportunities to train. We had a fire where I had made the wrong move in the search. So after the fire, we went back in and we walked through when we could see what the search pattern was. And I just said, like, this is what I did. And I mean, these guys told me, like, I think you made a mistake. And that's what I'm looking for. I want to be challenged. I want that feedback. So, we'll get together and walk through what everybody did, including Jake. We want to know what he did. And it's a very humble, like I said, outwardly to other companies, we want them to look and go, they're the best. They're on the pedestal. But internally, it's a very humble thing. It's a very, no matter who it's coming from, we'll all take the criticism and we'll take it pretty much however it comes.
Yeah.
And so how do you, and maybe this is a question for both sides, because I think honestly that's an uncommon thing, right? So you've got 2 or 3 times on the job what your guys have, right? And so I mean, how do you as a captain with 2 to 3 times more experience, take that, take that hit, take that advice, humble yourself, I think I would like to hear about that from both the captain's perspective and from the crew perspective.
Well, the easy part of it is that I trust them. I trust their judgment. I think they're good firefighters. Not because of me, and like I talked about earlier, creating an environment where good people wanted to come work for me, I knew that was going to be challenging also, that I was going to get the best firefighters who wanted to be there. But then the easy answer for me is I want to be really good at this, and if I want to be challenged, it doesn't really matter who that comes from. Now, maybe I would say, if there were times I didn't agree, that we would have a discussion. But if they say something and I go, man, I sure did mess that up,
Well, but I think like in a lot of other places, it's a version of I'm the captain, I'm the boss. Who are you to tell me anything, rookie? Once you got 10 years on here, you can tell me something. Or I think in a lot of places the captain might not say that, but the guys feel that, and the guys are intimidated from going to the captain, even in some cases where the captain might be open to the guys coming to him. So from your guys' perspective, how is that relationship built?
Yeah, it's easy for me because he's the only person I've ever worked for. So I could be like,
God bless him.
The best thing you can do is get a puppy. You get what I'm saying?
It's super easy for me, but he kind of puts himself out there to like let you know that it's okay. Like there will be times that he'll even tell you he goes to the treadmill and he runs 2 miles because he's got a 24-year-old and a 22-year-old on his truck, and he knows he'll get his ass smoked if he don't. He's gonna go run, to stay in good shape. But he really will. I think that's important. One of his best features as a company officer is he will put himself out there and let it be known. Like from your sit down, is like, this is a job that will kill you or kill someone. You come to me with my problems, I'll come to you with your problems. It's kind of that day one mentality of him letting you know that you are allowed to come to me when I mess up and call me out on it.
That is totally right that he puts himself out there. Like, Captain Bird has told me that he is not as flexible as me when it comes to fires, and he knows that. Like, when I'm in my search, like, he's like, I don't know how you get down like that. I don't know how this kid moves like that. Captain Bird has downloaded a freaking stretching app.
We're doing yoga, baby.
And he does.
Is that one of the top 3 drills? Or
yeah. He stretches at night because he wants to keep up with me. And if that is not the most humbling thing and the most respectable thing I've seen him do, I mean, I don't know what it is. That is just very awesome. And I think the biggest thing is even if Jake and Cap made the right choice, no matter what they did, Jake, why did you choose this window? I want to question everything they did because 1, you should be able to give me the reason why you made that decision. And 2, it's like I want to learn from each of you. And if you have to back up the decision you made, all you're doing is realizing in your head like that is why I made that decision. All you're doing is training yourself.
Yeah. But what else it gives you if you and I appreciate the kindness that they just gave me because I can certainly be a jerk too. But what it
Nobody
gives,
else has ever said that.
but what that gives you when you're willing to open yourself up and hear your people is when you have to get on them. They know how serious it is because if you're not going, well, I'm just the captain and I said to do it, but they're going, man, I must have messed up because he really saw something there.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I think, listening to that, I think what a lot of people in leadership positions think is like, I can't humble myself in front of my crew because I have to be the strength. I have, if I show my weakness, they're not going to trust me or they're not going to have faith in me or it's going to weaken that leadership relationship. But what I hear, and you guys tell me if I'm right or wrong, is that it strengthens that more than it weakens it.
100% it strengthens it.
Great firefighters are going to see your weakness whether you open it or not.
Mm-hmm. That's the fire.
Go ahead, rewind 10 seconds and listen to that again.
The fire will expose you every single time. And to some, they may look at it and say, oh, he did good on that one. But the great ones is going to look at it and say, what was he doing?
Yeah.
Why did he do that?
And if you defend it, right? If great firefighters knew that you messed up and you defend it with I'm the captain, you lost.
That you're done.
You're done.
Someone once told me the pecking order is shown on a working fire. Like it is your strengths and your abilities really comes out whether good or not.
Yep.